Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley and my guest today is Matt Manweller. He's the Republican representative in the 13th District from Ellensburg, and thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me on.
This year for the Washington State Legislature, you've been helping with the Labor Committee.
Yes, I am the ranking member of the Labor and Workforce Development Committee, so we work on trying to promote job training, regulate the work environment, make sure people are healthy and safe, but also promote economic growth.
And you're working to try to protect job seekers from having to hand out their Facebook password, which is a legitimate issue. I can see both sides on that topic.
Yeah, every once in a while law has to catch up with technology, and technology unfortunately moves a lot faster than the law sometimes. And what we are running into is that potential employers or employers want access to their employees' Facebook passwords, see what they've been up to, know if they're of good character. And I feel that's just probably a bridge too far. A strong privacy rights activist, and so I don't think that employers have a right to ask for your Facebook password. Those are personal stuff, that's for family. And so we introduced a bill, which is probably going to be voted on today, that will prohibit employers from asking for your Facebook password, and if they do, there's a little bit of a fine in there.
And then for the Yakima River Basin, I know you're working for some benefits for the farmers and the growers, who are so many of your primary concerns.
Yeah, well, as the old joke goes, whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting, right? And we have huge water issues in central Washington. Our population has grown, our agricultural industries have grown, but we haven't put in new water, storage things. So what we're doing is a trade. We're going to build a new small dam. We're going to raise some of the dams that we have. We're going to create a lot more water storage for all of our farmers and our orchardists and apple growers and everything. But what we're also going to do is take 50,000 acres of forest land as mitigation and set it aside. So we're going to protect the fish. We're going to keep the environmentalists happy that, a trade, a dam for some land set aside, and everybody's going to walk away a winner. And in politics, that's pretty rare for everybody to walk away a winner, especially when you're talking about environmentalists and farmers. They're both happy with this plan.
Well, Washington is so diverse, and that
Yes.
certainly brings some controversy with it from time to time.
It sure does.
Finally, we have about $1 billion to reconcile with the budget, and what are your solutions for meeting that in the middle?
I was going to ask you. Yeah, obviously we have two budgets that are about $1.5 billion apart. We're going to have to work on finding some middle ground. I'm in favor of the Senate budget right now. What we proved in the House and in the Senate is you can add $1 billion to education funding, you can balance the budget, and you can do it without raising taxes if you're just disciplined. And I think that that is what people need as we're coming out of one of the worst recessions in American history. Nobody's looking for a tax increase. And what the House Republican budget showed is you can meet all the education requirements that the courts have put on us and do it without a single tax increase, and that's what I support.
Well, I think people feel they've just received the biggest tax increase they've had in 20 years from the federal level, and so it's not that palpable when it comes to you again from the state level.
Yeah, a lot of times we talk about taxes in isolation. We talk about, the federal taxes. But, we have to remember, people pay federal taxes, they pay state taxes, they pay sales taxes, they pay property taxes, they pay permitting fees, and it all adds up, and we really need to be cognizant of what other areas of a government doing. We can't just focus on what we're doing, right? Mm-hmm. We can look at the state government and say, well, our taxes aren't that bad, but that's only one part of the taxes that everybody pays. So we have to be very cautious.
Thank you, Matt. We sure appreciate you joining us.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Matt Manweller, he is the representative from the 13th District in the Ellensburg area. I'm Dana Cowley, and we thank you for watching Charter Local Edition Northwest.